Am I wrong to not approve of my wife meeting up with an ex even though they haven't seen each other in 14 years? My 39M wife, 37F, is going to drive an hour to have dinner and drinks with an ex that she hasn't seen in person for 14 years. We have been together for 7 years, married for 5 years. Long story short, I don't know too much about this guy. What I do know is they dated exclusively from 20 to 21 years old. She lost her virginity to him, and then for the next 2 years they dated on and off. Even when they were off though, they still hung out all the time. She says she never cheated on anyone else she was dating in those 2 years, but said she spent more time with him than she did with the few boyfriends she had during that time. It just wasn't anything physical. Long story short, 14 years ago they get into a big fight, and they stop seeing each other altogether. About 2 years ago they started texting each other again. This was definitely not hidden from me. She was open and said, "Hey, just so you know, I'm talking to an old ex. If it's an issue I'll stop." Basically at that time my wife's mom and his mom died within a few months of each other, and they started talking again. I felt like it was no big deal. Now, 2 years later, they still text here and there. It's not secret. A couple days ago though, she brought up to me that they made plans to meet for the first time in 14 years in a few weeks. She's going to drive up to his town, and meet up with him on a Saturday night. I don't know, it just doesn't sit right with me. There's no logical reason for me to think she's going to cheat on me, I just feel weird about it. Am I being paranoid? Dr. Wife of 5 years is meeting up with an ex she hasn't seen in over a decade and it just feels inappropriate to me, but I don't know if I'm being overly worried and too paranoid.